So I've literally just about, say, 15 minutes ago finished the Duke Nukem Early Access demo, which you got for pre-ordering Duke Nukem Forever, obviously. And it's a pretty big demo. It's like 1.5 gig or something. Pretty big demo, but unfortunately there's not a whole lot of variation gameplay. I mean, first off, it's trying to show you like the sort of interactivity you have with the world, well, the levels that is, by pissing, which it's still got that sort of immature humour, which strangely is still quite appealing. I mean, you see a lot of games now that try to be a little bit too serious, so Duke Nukem's always been something of a maybe even a satire of itself, and yeah, I've got to say I enjoyed the demo slightly, but at the same time, there's a few issues. I mean, for example, the demo feels very disjointed. It's not a number of levels connected. It's just like certain sections glued together to try and sort of show you what the game has to offer. Firstly, you'd be fighting like this big boss. It feels very sort of, I would say old school, but even then, this boss is a little bit simple. It's a very simple boss fight. You just basically jump, run, shoot, and then into like a quick time event almost, and it's kind of disappointing because it doesn't really feel that engaging to play the boss battle. It's an alright boss battle. I've played worse in other games, but it's not that engaging. That's all I'm really saying here. And the problem is that with that boss battle itself, it's the first thing you're really playing in the demo, and it doesn't really show anything that Duke Nukem Forever is doing well. If anything, it just shows a simple format of running gun, which is, maybe I'm expecting too much. I've always said that Duke Nukem Forever won't be this oh my god best game ever sort of title. It'll come out, it'll be entertaining. I do think it's not going to get the best of reviews, mainly because 12 years in development, it's never going to be able to live up to people's expectations. But I've always wanted Duke Nukem just to be fun, and the boss battle is fun for the first minute, but then you sort of just repeating yourself, and it gets kind of repetitive. So that first section of the demo only lasts about 3 or 4 minutes, and the highlight of it is throwing turds off a wall and drawing on a whiteboard. If you want to be mature like I did, I threw turds at people and then drew a penis on the whiteboard while the guy proclaimed it was a work of art. So yeah, the second part of the demo is you're driving this Jeep, well, monster truck. The monster truck controls are awful. They feel so clunky. It's unbelievable, like really clunky. I really hope that the driving sections don't make a huge part of the game up, because it'll be so frustrating. It turns like a tank. It just feels so stiff to control. It just isn't good. You're only in the car for like the first 2 minutes of the level, thankfully. I know you're really doing is just avoiding boulders, but again, it's just not a very nice part to play. It feels very much like a chore. Everything feels very sticky and almost too slow to imagine you're driving. There's also a couple of issues with FPS. I mean, you get some frame rate lag when you're in this section, which is kind of odd considering the graphics and the textures just aren't that extremely well detailed. It kind of looks like a early 360 game, if I'm being honest. Like Prey, that's what it looks like. It looks a lot like Prey in terms of visuals. They're not super detailed, they're not terrible, but they're not going to blow your mind or provide any particular eye candy, and you're not going to sit there and go, oh my god, that looks fantastic. But nevertheless, that section just isn't very good. From there, the Jeep runs out of gas and you have to progress on foot. This is where you get a real feel for the core gameplay, which is the shooting elements, obviously. And the demo really does chuck a few weapons at you all at once, like the shrink ray, the shotgun, the pistol, the railgun, and it almost feels a bit overwhelming that maybe they've put these weapons in. They've put too many weapons in such a short level, because there really isn't that many enemies to shoot at. So it kind of feels like you've got to hurry yourself to test these weapons out. The shrink ray is pretty cool, but I don't know, it doesn't really look as good as in the trailer. Maybe you have to unlock executions with it later on or whatnot, I don't know. The shotgun, it's a shotgun, what can I say. Pistol, again, it's a pistol. And when you hit the enemies, you can get a chance to execute them. I only did it like twice, and it was always like just hitting in the face. So I hope there's a few more executions. I'm pretty sure there is, because in the trailer you see Duke rip a tusk off one of the guys. So I'm hoping that I was just being a bit unlucky with the executions there. The railgun, pretty much a sniper rifle. You can blow the heads off. You can shoot them in the side and make the heads like blow up, like a balloon and explode, which is kind of cool. What else is it? There's a gun called the Ripper, which is just a machine gun. The RPG, which just blows shit up. The only real imaginative guns on the demo is obviously the shrink ray. What else could they say? It does show you what to expect from the game, and this is what I was expecting anyway, is just a couple of run, gun, then a turret section, and then like a mini boss almost. You have to fight a helicopter. No, helicopter. Alien spaceship with an RPG. It's not the most entertaining fight. It's not the most engrossing fight. It just kind of goes and passes. From there you go into some mines, and there's no enemies in there but these little things which don't do much damage or pose any threat. And I think that's just to kind of show the physics engine, because you're using a little bit of physics. You've got to pick shit up with out of a minecart, throw it out and push it up, then get in the minecart. But yeah, I mean overall, it's kind of what I expected Duke Nukem Forever to be. Nothing too spectacular, nothing flashy, just a simple, fun time. But unfortunately, the demo doesn't really show a fun time, if I'm being fair. You look at the trailer, and there's some levels in there which I honestly think would have been miles better in the demo. But unfortunately, it's not in the demo. And I'm pretty sure the demo levels on the early access demo are the demo levels which were featured at PAX East last year. I think it was PAX East last year. So yeah, I don't know, maybe these have been improved further, but overall the Duke Nukem Forever demo, I will say there's some funny parts. Duke Nukem's always funny. He's always got some funny one-liners and stuff. And picking up a turret and throwing it off people does sound immature, but it does have a sort of element of a snigger. The gameplay, the gunplay as well, isn't particularly smooth. It feels quite clunky and almost unnatural on the 360 pad. I would assume it does the PS3 pad. The gunplay, it's nothing spectacular. Like I said, just a bit clunky. Gameplay's a bit clunky. It's a little bit, I don't know, it feels rigid. It doesn't feel defined or smoothed out. The car section, awful. It doesn't control very well at all. Visuals, like I said, they look like an early 360, early PS3 game. Looks early this gen. The audio is actually not bad. It does sound quite decent, with the voice acting, of course, of Duke being awesome as ever, these one-liners. And overall, I mean, closing comments, a little bit repetitive. Gameplay isn't all that smooth. The graphics aren't that good, but if you're a Duke Nukem fan, you're gonna dig it. And for that reason, me enjoying Duke Nukem titles, thumbs up from me. If you're casual, casual sort of in and out of FPSs, the chances are you're not going to like this. I would stay away from it just for now until it has a price drop. But if you're a fan of Duke Nukem, or you're just looking for so you've got some money to burn, you're looking for a good time, Duke Nukem Forever, out on the 10th. And yeah, that's everything. Thanks for watching.
Oh yeah, right there. Oh yeah.
That was fun. Was it good for you, baby? What about the game, Duke? Was it any good?
Yeah, but after 12 fucking years, it should be.